Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing God of War Ragnarok. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Zarel. Let's get to it. Alright, so today we're on track, tracking down the Norns. But before we get to that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and ring that bell to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. So let's get into it. Alright, so we had to face this Frost Phantom that was in the way, or conveniently in the way, on the way to getting to where the Norns reside. As Freya had mentioned, the Norns travel, they don't go anywhere, but where they reside changes from time to time. So there's no one path to get to the Norns, but there may only be one path to get there, but the path changes over time. So how you got to the Norns today is not going to be the same as you get to them another day, and I think most people, once they meet the Fates one time is probably one time too many. Alright, so Kratos has come through and faced the Fates previously in, I want to say, God of War 3. And that was, of course, in Greece, the Greek Fates, Atropos and company, the three Fates. Also here in Norse mythology, you have three Fates, Norns, and so very similar between the two mythologies. All right, so the Norns, of course, the Fates never want to be found. So if you want to see them, you're going to have to put up with a lot, and you're going to have to do a lot in order to get to them. And they're going to put up a lot of obstacles. Case in point, right here. We've got Balder and Freya. In order to differentiate between your companion Freya and the fog Freya, they're calling her Frigg, which is, of course, when she was married to Odin. And we've got Balder making accusations and Frigg saying, you know, you need to leave. So what is the nature of this fog? We opened up the door, or at least attempted to open up the door, and this fog just rolled in out of nowhere. So, two in a row. Get hit with two of them, and they have poison attacks, so that's never a good thing. Because we'll end up losing more health than the attacks themselves. Oof. And it only takes a few attacks. Alright, woof, got through that wave. Oh. Yikes. So it's like they're putting you back in, you know, the most excruciating, painful situation. Mimir's stuck back in the tree. Freya coming face to face that she feels like she basically might as well have pulled the trigger on Balder herself, which of course was in the previous God of War game where this all started. At least this arc of the story. So you've got the Valkyrie, Sigrun, and we actually have a favor or side quest about Sigrun's curse. that is open that we've not done. We picked it up in Midgard just recently, since we've been basically locked out of Midgard since the beginning. Oof. Yeah, those Valkyries need to be clipped. And we've already seen there's a new Queen of the Valkyries. It doesn't take long for them to be replaced, apparently. Oh, attack from behind. I don't like these big, beefy Einherjarn, or something to that effect. Einies for short. I like to call them Einies. They've got those Bifrost attacks. And this big, meaty guy can take a hit. Now you'll notice you can only go so far into the frost, so you basically have to wait for them to come to you to attack, and they'll come jump back out into the fog to avoid you. So for Kratos, the most excruciating pain for him is having Atreus go to Odin and replace him. So Atreus is replacing his own father with Odin because Odin's the Kratos 2.0. He's better in every way. Or, you know, that's maybe what Kratos is afraid of. So we need to see if we can top off our rage and our life. Hopefully not lose. There we go. Oh, nope, never mind. Not done. Gotta be careful those Bifrost attacks, because they will knock you for a loop. There we go. Einherjar. Eini. I don't know. Just the vowels. Too many vowels in a row, I feel like. Oop, a little bit too slow on the parry there. And those you have to parry, because blocking it will still afflict you with Bifrost status. Alright, path is open. Atreus and Odin. Oof, even worse. Replace Kratos with Odin, and he only sees Kratos as a monster.
Didn't feel much like succeeding.
I see the door has disappeared.
They passed the test.
They toy with us still.
Somehow.
What is that?
A kelpie. Don't see many of those.
Alright, so we made it to the Well of Erd, which is where
This to them.
the Norns are. So this is the location of the Fates. And we've come across this Kelpie, which is kind of like the Norse version of the hippocamp from Greece.
Lovely creatures, but temperamental by reputation. In my land, they keep children
So
away from the law.
basically their own versions of seahorses, but you know, more horse.
Unless it was just
It walks on water.
aye. No mystical
Walks on water.
to speak of in Greece, brother.
There were the hippocamps. They served
Of course,
as guards.
Poseidon made the hippocamps and horses.
That might not be her favorite subject.
So kind of like transforming into a Pegasus, but for the sea. The sea Pegasus. Very much to its name, Kelpie. Kind of has kelp. Kelp mane and kelp
We're here.
wings.
Its own hideaway. Never doubted we'd make it.
Yeah, look, their hideout looks like just like a giant pile of pasta or yarn. And of course, it's just the fate of everyone. So we'll come back after we see what they have to say.
Kratos, Freya, and Mimir's head. Enter the home of the Norns. Tentatively. They have finally reached their destination. Kratos speaks first.
I seek my son.
You know the child is in Asgard. No, you seek what all who search for us seek. To know the ending to your story. The ghost of Sparta furrows his brow menacingly. He resists the urge to grunt. Oh, he fails. You come to us, piteous archetypes, seeking freedom from your scripts. As if knowing your lines would grant you the power to rewrite them.
Speak plain.
You will die, Kratos of Sparta.
But you called him the destroyer of fate. There must be a way to subvert destiny.
There is no destiny, Puck. The protagonists are speechless. They do not understand. There is no grand design, no script. Only the choices you make. That your choices are so predictable, merely make us seem prescient.
When my son was born, shut up! Your prophecy said he would die a needless death.
And he did. Because you could not let him go. Because he thirsted for revenge. And because you kill gods.
But what Kratos did, it was not out of hate.
Should I bring him a crown then? He still slays gods, but now he's sad about it? You are the sum of your choices, nothing more. And because your choices never change, you will learn that Heimdall intends to kill your son in Asgard, and you will do what you do best. And then Ragnarok. The skies burn, the curtains fall. Exunt omnes.
Heimdall.
Again, he misses the point. Focusing on the second act to the exclusion of the final. A common mistake in storycraft.
We are leaving.
He stomps away, followed closely by Freya. I enjoyed your story, Kratos. Pity it has to end so soon.
Well, that was educational.
All right, so they didn't get the answers that they wanted, but maybe they got the information they needed. So, like I said, meeting the fates once is maybe once too many.
Let us leave this place.
Because, of course, he knew where Atreus was, but he wanted to know the future, which is what everyone wants to know when they go see the Norns. And they were taunting everyone. And this was kind of the symbolism, the visual that you sometimes see all over the place, really. You have the old crone and the mother and the daughter. So you have,
The one Odin hanged himself with. As
you know,
part of his
three
endless mad quest
women
for
in
life and
one,
death, what have ya.
basically one mind. They know what
It's a charged
each
object, significant to
is thinking, and they apparently knew what they were, Freya and Kratos and Mimir were going to say, because they were
What they said
mimicking them
Will not happen.
as they were talking.
It will not happen. We will not let
So now
costly blood
the Norns have let slip, most likely deliberately, that Heimdall has designs on taking out Atreus, and now the only thing that we can really do is
I grant you that he's a spiteful
beat Heimdall to the punch.
So loyal, Odin entrusted him with Gjallarhorn. If we have the chance,
Heimdall's got Gjallarhorn, which is the horn that starts Ragnarok, which can only be blown after Baldur dies. So you have to wait for Fimbulwinter. So there's a lot going on. Lots of waiting until certain points in time when it can be used. But now, as we saw earlier with Atreus, Atreus wasn't able to do anything to Heimdall. Heimdall was basically untouchable.
plotting an assassination, and I, for one, am a mite rusty at that. To reach Heimdall,
Might be comfortable, but I am not comfortable. I'm a bit rusty.
I don't doubt that, brother, but it's hardly my point.
Yeah, not the point. It's not about killing a god, because obviously Kratos is a serial god killer. So that's not really the point. The point is that there's no way to get to Asgard, number one. Number two, we need a strategy, a plan to take Heimdall out if that's the road you're going to take. Alright, so that's how we got over to the Fates, so we don't really need to go that way. This must be the way out.
Look, I think we're missing the Norns' message here. We've all got our tendencies, and yours is to run headlong into danger to protect the ones
Run
you
headlong into danger.
Tend to change. Not about that.
Why should you? Apparently my tendency is to kill
Oof.
the ones I love.
Freya taking the hard line on
Comfort me. Either
tendencies.
love. Their accusation was cruel. None of us believe.
the truth can be a cruel thing.
Truth can be
Anyone here argue
cruel.
with that?
No. But Baldur's fate had many causes. Prophecy among them.
How do you mean, brother?
There are many tales in my homeland of those who
Yeah,
fulfilled
I was going to say something to that effect. Like, hey, you know, if we want to avoid this, just
and so it was when I accused myself.
don't have Atreus go to Asgard, then you don't have to worry about it. Or,
It'd be foolish to go after Heimdall.
No.
you know, don't do the thing that prophecy says you're going to do. But in doing so, it might fulfill the prophecy. So you
Because if Heimdall
spend all your energy trying to avoid the prophecy, and it causes problems. Now, the Norns taunted the party by saying he misses the point, only by focusing on the second act, which was killing, or Heimdall trying to kill Atreus. The final act, of course, is Ragnarok, when everything's going to happen, including Kratos dying. So it's really, really, you know, what is, I mean, that was the real tricky part. They weren't really talking about how can Kratos effectively avoid dying, and he didn't argue the point. He didn't say, well, how can I avoid dying? I don't want to die.
let us
Instead,
right away. Return home. Consider
it was, well, if Heimdall's going to kill Atreus, I'm going to kill him first.
Listen, brother. Before you make
And they're like, well, you're missing the point.
you blow off a little steam.
You're focused on
There was some loose end we meant to
Heimdall, even though that's not the case.
process everything.
And now everyone's like, hey, maybe we need to settle down, maybe do something else, focus on something else. Freya's like, hey, I'll do it, but, you know, I'd rather be just about anywhere other than Midgard, since she's been stuck in Midgard for who knows how long. Alright, So at this point, you can go and you can do some of the side quests, etc., or you can continue on the main quest, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and come up with a plan, go back to home base, and say, okay, what do we need to do? What can we do? Is it possible to do what we want to do? And that, of course,
Now tell me
is the big question.
he sees the future.
More like he reads the person, sees their intention.
My intent will be to kill him.
All right, so Heimdall
That will be no advantage.
can't see the future per se, but he can read your intent.
He'll have seen
So you start thinking
we
about,
must face him. We need
oh, I'm going to
an edge.
draw my sword, I'm going to dodge, I'm going to
We will ask the dwarves.
shoot an arrow.
Inevitable aspect.
He's like, he reads that before you actually do the action. So it's mere child's play for him to counteract it.
Could I have a moment of your time?
Oh, Ratatasker.
What is it?
Ah, now there's two
It has come to my attention that
spirit squirrels there.
and as a result, offspring
Needhog has been slain. I don't know how that happened.
unfortunately without a proper role model.
So now we got the children of Needhog running rampant in all the realms instead of the realm between the realms where they should be.
Devouring of the 9 realms entirely in order to avoid
And it'll eventually cause a problem with all the realms ceasing to exist.
I can act as a satisfactory
So this sounds like it's coming up to be a side quest for us.
drawing on tears throughout the realm. Use this device to safely store
Tears in the realms.
and I
That's a lot like we already encountered, except it had enemies in it.
I have no
So now we need to go find the lost lindworms.
compared to wrestling with my emotions in the most literal of senses. I dare say raising
And trap them in the box.
a walk in the park. What else is there?
Alright. So moving on. Adding more side quests to our already full roster of side quests. Alright. Ah, yes. So the last time we saw them, we were going after the Norns and getting some answers. So
Did the Norns
now they're like, oh good, they're back, they're alive.
The Norns say a
What'd you find out?
killed by Heimdall. The plan is to kill Heimdall first.
Kill Heimdall first.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, Heimdall. Never loses. Sees everything coming. Unpopular at parties. Yeah.
Well, my own.
That's the idea. You gotta overpopulate
Yeah.
his senses.
So we have to overwhelm his senses.
Thing in mind to help you
Ooh, and he got an idea already.
go get dropped here.
Drop near.
But we need it. Our supplies. All we got. And to spare.
But we need it for supplies.
Why would a...
And drop near is not a weapon.
You mean we combine it with... That's right. And then when he... It'll go... Damn you, that's...
So, a lot of vague notions that
new, but...
drop near in and of itself
Go fetch
isn't
Draupnir.
a thing. Why is he still standing there? I'll need to go fetch drop near.
I bloody knew these two had nicked it. And Odin blamed me for it disappearing. They...
Alright, so I don't know the whole backstory about drop near, but apparently
Ungifted would never should have
the
been
dwarves gave it to Odin.
Help me kill Heimdall.
Odin
Never you mind all that.
thought Mimir got it, and something's on Sindri's mind aside from drop near.
But to even store Draupnir, you need...
To even store drop near.
You were saying.
I don't know anything about drop near, so.
Violence cannot prevent
Oh, and then comes the pacifist tier saying violence will only beget violence. Alright, we're at the bottom. Those bugs? Looks like a whole bunch of bugs. I mean, it's basically like a well. Oh, okay. You know, this thing reminds me of the Harry Potter movie where they went to the vault to get the Horcrux, and the thing just kept duplicating. Oop, yep.
Got it. I think.
Well, yeah, it did duplicate itself. Thought you didn't believe in fate.
Enough. Heimdall's a threat, not only to Atreus, but to everyone. He's Odin's
I mean,
left
Freya's
hand,
obviously
carries the horn, begins Ragnarok. If we have the chance to eliminate him, we should.
motivated to get rid of Heimdall.
Your intentions. Kratos, I've never seen anyone so much as lay a finger on him.
Yeah,
Not one.
no one will lay a finger on him.
What's fit for gathering? How long will it take?
We'll have to go to Svartalfheim to get the rest of the materials. Not to mention
So I go back to Svartalfheim to get materials and the lady. That's not mysterious at all.
Whew, that's a relief.
That's a relief.
Ow. Kratos,
Got the original.
you're ready.
So let's see. These guys, Brock and Sindri, have been using Draupnir to make copies of itself for raw materials for things that they've been making. So they've been making stuff almost for free this whole time. And here I've been spending hack silver like there's no tomorrow.
Time to go see the lady. I'll take it from here.
Oh no! This whole thing were my idea. I'll speak to the lady. I never get to speak to the lady.
There are reasons for that.
Brock will go.
What? No. I have
You
to.
heard him. Quit your fret. I ain't gonna listen.
So Sindri doesn't want Brock to go.
What the?
And it has, whoop,
No.
something's up.
Shrimps. Think that'll keep us out? Well, think the fuck again.
So something's going on with
Sentry trying to
realm travel.
same old shit.
Not that. The gate. What's wrong with a
Yeah, what's wrong with the gate?
Most likely someone in Nidavellir been making a fuckery of the works. Probably on account of all that incursioning you got up to. But don't worry, you
So
little
dwarves
head. Old Brock came prepared. I got
might have been messing
it out from the old days.
with the
Said never
the
even
gates
think to
in
look
Svartalfheim.
on account of being stupid.
Interesting. Alright, so Sindri obviously doesn't want Brock going, and I feel like it has something to do with what Sindri told Atreus, and also told him not to tell anyone. Man, Atreus certainly is a secret keeper.
Sure he was the right pick for this, brother.
I trust him. He speaks plain.
He speaks plain. Yeah, he does.
Colorfully.
And yet so colorfully. Yeah, he does that too. Alright. So we need to meet up with Brock, wherever he disappeared to, but he dropped us here for whatever reason. Oh, because
Unusual
we have to go through the gateway. He can disappear and reappear at will.
Careful, brother.
All right.
That looks flammable.
Looks flammable. Let's try it out. Alright, so something new to keep in mind. We can knock open some of these casks and set it on fire. Important for, you know, self-defense. That seems like an odd placement for a Twilight Stone, but whatever. So we'll have to, you know, trek our way through the tunnels to figure out where Brock is. Make our way out of the tunnels, basically. Deal with any enemies that we come across, and get as much loot as there is in the tunnels, anyway. All right, so we can do that. Now that we have
There.
sigil arrows,
Cooperating, maybe someday it'll be Asgard in flames.
That is not my
maybe it'll be Asgard in
It's not your
flames.
destiny.
What are you insinuating, Highness?
Not a thing.
Poor bugger. Why would he hide in here?
He feared something in these tunnels more than he feared starving.
Yeah, and he absolutely starved.
Fear seldom is.
He got blocked in, and I assume he got blocked in. There we go. Exploding cask, and look at that. Opened up a spot for us.
On the nose for dwarven culture, isn't it?
Ridiculing
We got
the
full
culture
health,
without undermine.
and I think
Classic
full,
is here.
Oh, all right.
yeah,
Might have earned that one.
full all the way around. Ooh, nice. Interrupt. Oh, there. Stun. Oop, that's not it though. Ooh, man, he's got long arms. Wicked Grim, they're called. Very, simian-like, I would say. Although a little reptile as well. Yep. There we go. There is a parry I was looking for. If you notice, when they're shielded like that, they can't get stunned.
See why it's an abandoned
Oop,
service.
got another guy. Maybe? Yeah, it always feels good to be able to take out obstacles when they're in the way. Unlike previously where it'd be just like, oh, we can't do that. We don't have the magic for that, or what have you. And you're just like, just means I'm gonna have to come back and deal with it. Yeah. So like I said, Freya's definitely got a axe to grind when it comes to Odin. And she even said she's come to the realization that Kratos is not the right person to be coming after. Interesting. Might need that now or later. Ah, now, because it was holding something. A crafting component. And onward. Yeah, we already did that, so.
Another oil spill.
Oh, there's stuff on the floor, but. There we go.
A fortuitous oil spill.
So there was an oil spill and from the cask, and then there was the explosive barrel, which opened up a path for us. Oop! More Grims. Tunnel's full of them. Look at that, man. Look at that shield. Yep. Bad timing on the parry. So that guy's got a delayed yellow circle attack, but he's also got one that happens almost immediately. Man, I could have used stun grabs on both those guys.
From behind! Incoming!
Here I was full health, and now I gotta use my rage attacks to get health back. Well, I can do that. That'll help a bit. hopefully. All your attacks give you a little bit of life,
Kratos. Kratos!
but not a lot. Using the 2 pieces of Raven gear plus the
Sindri, is that you?
Yes. I need
the
to
other
talk to
one, the
Kratos.
chest piece that gives you health back. Or a health burst when you do a stun grab. I always called it a finisher, but it's not accurate to call it a finisher because it doesn't always finish them. Yeah, you don't want to get too close to those when you're blowing them up or setting them on fire.
Please listen. You have to let me take Brock's place.
You have to let me take
Can't
Brock's
talk
place.
to the
Sindri,
Raven.
come on.
He mustn't.
No. Do not ask again.
But... Oh dear.
You know, if you said why, wouldn't that make a lot more sense? Nothing dropped out of that. Oh, there. It kind of flew off. And he's gone.
It's not his
So-
fault Atreus ran off with him. Or are you just being Brock's?
Brock's
There it is
champion.
again. You're insinuating and you know it.
You're insinuating
Can't
and
the
you know
smartest
it.
man alive put it together? The giants conceal a mysterious figure who changes the fate of Ragnarok, and you're oblivious to the only rational candidate. The one who's fought wars against gods and won.
I am not their champion.
Well, we're each entitled to our opinion.
So Freya's had more than one reason to stop attacking. She thinks. And I can't blame her because I actually said the same thing. I said maybe Tyr's not the god of war that they're talking about. All they say is god of war. They didn't say which one. You assume that it's Tyr because Tyr is the Norse god of war. But it's not like he's the only one. But Tyr was the one that brought the realms together against Odin the first time, so... Oop, almost missed that. Alright, it's always a good thing to kind of look around. Alright, so we
These
got
gates seem to be connected.
we got
See
2,
if you can break that bond.
so we should be able to do it with Freya's help. Just make sure we get the timing right here. Sigil arrow. I'll keep it frozen while we use the axe. And there we go. That looks like that should do it.
It's open.
There we go. Moving on. Oop. Look like the, it looks a lot like the, the guy that has the little swarmers on his back, but man, I'm still getting hit by this guy. Ooh. These attacks. Ooh, and I can't even see him because these clouds, and they're just hanging in the, oh, and they're explosive too. Come on, we almost got him. One more arrow should do it. There. Get a little health burst. Maybe it'll drop a health gem. Oop, yep. Looks like that was the only thing.
Party are sort of grim. These won't be easy tunnels for the dwarves to take back.
Yeah, won't be easy for the dwarves to take back. Not by themselves.
We'll need to get one of those gates open.
Alright, so we gotta get a gate open. In order to do that, we're gonna have to divert the water, which we're no greenhorn when it comes to that. When we were in the apple core looking for Tyr, we were able to do it. Or that's when we were first introduced to diverting water to where we need it to go. There we go.
That worked. Shall we?
This opinion of yours, was that the reason you proposed this alliance? You
Aha.
expect me to lead your armies at Ragnarok,
Expect me to lead your armies at Ragnarok.
not mine.
It's plain to see Tyr's no war god anymore.
Nor am I. I have left that life behind.
Not killing gods, you haven't. Or else what are we doing in this realm? Forging this weapon.
You haven't left killing gods.
You know where it might lead.
Yeah.
I know. And we both know the place is protecting your child.
Alright, so we got a Nornir chest. Got something behind here. Alright, so we just have to light these 3. Well, we have to find the 3. Oh, there's one. Alright, one more. Oh, there's a third one. Easy enough. Can't reach it. So, there is a cast that we can open up. And we can't directly hit it, but we can use some sigil arrows to light it up. There we go, that should do it. There we go. Chest is open. Let's see what we got. Alright, another apple. 1 out of 4. 3 more, and I believe that will be all of the apples. I feel like that'll be the last one. But I'm not 100% certain, obviously. Oh, we got another attack on our hands. There we go. He was infested with a nightmare there, and get some health while we're at it. There we go. Should have nightmare parasite. There we go. That puts us back where we were at. But we're not quite there yet. So I need to go that way, but we'll take a look down this side path here real quick. No, that's the way we came. So, oh, okay. So yeah, that's the only way to go now. Alright, full health, near full rage. Should make it easier. Less of a issue, anyway. Alright, we got all kinds of guys now. Did not interrupt him. Ugh, I got hit for my trouble. There we go. Took that guy out. Go up here, take this guy, because he's not going to jump down on his own. There we go. That was a good parry. Yeah, decent parry anyway. There. Look at that. Use the environment to our advantage.
Atreus' mother was
Luminous alloy. Sounds rare.
Yes. I didn't mean she was tall as a house. I not all giants are giants.
Not all giants are giant.
Nothing wrong with the disparity in size. Or number of limbs, say.
Nothing in the world.
It's interesting that they called that to mind. I know I've mentioned it. Loki's a giant, Faye's a giant, Angraboda's a giant. But none of them are giant size. There we go, another piece to pick up.
There. Now we can
Ah, so now we're moving the the water go in a different direction
I was just thinking
so we
of
can
how
open the
Odin
other door.
antagonized the giants for generations, nearly wiped them out of existence twice.
So Odin almost
Now
wiped
he
out
must
the
have a
giants
role to play in
twice.
stopping him once and for
Now,
all. Don't you think it's
you might
possible
have a
that's
role
what
to
your
play.
wife would have wanted?
Do not presume to know what she wanted.
I'm
Yeah,
not saying
don't
anything
presume
happened
to know
at
what
all.
she wanted.
Her secrets haunt every step of your path, wasn't it? Maybe if you talked about your doubts, they wouldn't explode when you talked to your son.
I do not doubt. She knows what I left behind. She would never have asked that of me.
So all of a sudden we can't really
She saw your fate.
confide
Of Odin's kin
in
dead because
Freya
of what
now
she
because
was
she's
for. You don't think she knew exactly what it meant, sending you to Jotunheim?
This is mere conjecture and
has this
probably quite
ulterior
enough of it.
motive.
We're all making an effort to cooperate here, after all.
You're right. It's not for me to say.
All right. Let's
She
get
wants
that
me to
deal
bring
done.
about Ragnarok and Odin's demise, and she'll do anything to make that happen. Alright, so we gotta get 2 spots frozen. So one here to get it over here, and then another one here, and there we go.
Teamwork.
Looks like there's a tear.
Right side, incoming!
Ooh, another one of those guys.
Oh, bugger.
2 of them.
And they're angry.
2 of them, and they're angry. Yep.
Kratos, are you okay?
Yeah, unblockable. Let's try and use the environment to our advantage. I don't know if that actually hit him. Oh, there's fire right there, but... There, got the other one. Oh, that's right, their, breath is explosive. I'm almost on fire. There we go. Take him down, get a little bit of health. Now we only have to deal with 1. There we go, get this spun up and... There we go, get a little bit more health from this guy, and I think the other guy dropped the health. Crystal. Oh, there's another one, so I should be able to get close to full
Ready for
health.
some fresh air after that. Everyone thought so.
It is close. I can feel it.
Bunch of oil sitting all over the place that you can use for your fight. So certainly use it, but don't get too close because you'll end up taking yourself out. Don't want that.
Cast doubt on your marriage. It just seems to me your thoughts haven't caught up to your instincts yet.
Your thoughts haven't caught up to your instincts. More health if I need it. As Guardian didn't get. I mean, it's obvious that Freya is trying to
When we get out of here, I'll
get us into the fight. However,
let you think carefully about whether you're ready for what it means to make this weapon. And
to make this weapon and use it. Well, I mean, the fact remains that Kratos wants to use it to save someone rather than kill someone. Freya wants him to use it to kill someone and start a bigger fight.
Meanwhile, I'll see what else I can learn while we're here. Maybe I'll send a few Einherjar back to Valhalla for
Einies. Send him back to Valhalla. Now we got Brock, so there we go. We can go straight back to the tunnels.
Everything all set here. Now we just gotta push on up to the
From here, and maybe there's another mystic gateway somewhere along the way that
sure to go to
we can
pains
get
coming
to
here,
get
busting
back.
old Tear loose. What a prize he turned out.
What prize Tyr turned out to be.
It's time to steal my key.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't had a whole lot
Hey,
of
Bartlett! I
rock time. Well, we did in Vanaheim, but he mainly talked about Freya's situation, not in general. There we go. Oop, nope, there's another one. I was expecting a physical attack, not a sonic attack. Gulon! Alright, let's get through the gate.
Hang on. Almost got it.
I gotta unlock it first.
Well, come on in, stranger.
I never do get used to that trick.
Mm-hmm.
Locals up ahead. Act civilized and hopefully nobody springs an alarm.
Act calm.
No, quit your nattering, you snake-sucking mommy milksops with your protective gear. Ain't you never seen
Protective
a legend
gear.
in the flesh before? Well, that ain't no good. You see what's wrong here, don't you? Those creepy flying eyeballs made a nest up on the cables.
Ah.
We gotta figure a way
So
up
we gotta
there
get
and
up there
clear 'em.
somehow and take care of the nest. So we can use the lift so we can get to where we're going. And ultimately that's going to be
That ain't coming back down.
that would be the shortcut.
Let's try to get. Well, this sure is exciting to watch, but you know that's out of range.
Good old Brock.
Get
To the point.
after you.
Yeah, let's get rid of this nest. Boom. Once you get rid of the nest, nightmares just disappear. It does take a second, so if
Okay.
you destroy it right as they're getting ready to attack, you're probably going to have an attack. Alright, so we got to spin the wheel up there, but it's going to be a multi-parter, I imagine,
You could start
because
by
we've
knocking
already,
off this crud.
the first time around in Svartalheim, we were introduced to it, and we've already had a couple variations, so
No grappling up that way. Why don't you look around and see if there's a way to lift this lift?
sure it'll have something to do with that. Get up here, freeze this so we can get across, and that's a dead end, so we've got at least 2 water spouts to deal with. There we go. Brock was just waiting.
Hang on, coming around.
Brother, did you
Ah,
notice
3.
the dwarves of Akkad
Third
were
ones are
twice as alarmed
way
as
back
they
there
thought
where
when they
Brock's
went
not
to see
at now.
They did seem surprised.
All right. Now I can turn this crank and cap that guy.
Ah,
You just
so the mirror is already starting to figure out what's going on. He is the smartest man alive, though. We know because we heard it straight from Sindri, who told Atreus. And then, of course, Sindri said, don't tell anyone because I want to be the one to tell them. Well, sooner or later, someone's going to figure it out. Alright, so now we got to get both of them at the same time. So that means we need to
Turn it.
copy that.
get this out of the way so we can hit that first one again. There we go. And then he can cap his. Oh, and then that turns the wheel and opens the gate. So now we're ready to go. And we got a chest here. Never say no to loot. A heavy runic attack. And don't forget, we did see another chest.
Well, I think they seen us.
I think it was down here, so... Ah, there it is. Gotta freeze that one so we can go over, and it's just hack silver, or should be. Yep, there we go. But you can't say no to hack silver. You need mountains of hack silver for all the upgrades that the dwarves are charging you for, which apparently wasn't costing them hardly anything. The richest dwarves in the 9 realms, all because they're charging for upgrades that they're basically getting free materials for from Dropnir. There we go, look at that. Now we're ready to go. Going to see the lady, whoever the lady is. What gets bigger the more you take away from it?
Something abstract, I expect. Appetite? No, that doesn't work.
Stump the stump.
Brox.
Isn't that clever?
Got him stumped. Alright. Well, I think we'll take this elevator up and probably end it there. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.
Ooh, that's brisk. Think I'll grab some for the lady.
Grab some what? The wind?
No, you idiot. The sound of the wind. Oh, watch and learn. See? Dwarven magic's all about the intangible. The relationship between the stuff what you can touch and what you can't. It's about understanding.
Understanding what?
The nature of a thing's more important than the form of a thing. Hang on. I smell trouble. Hey, bump chair! Come on!
So this lady then?
The Lady of the Forest. Magical creature in this whole realm. Why, I've been waiting for my chance to meet her since I was knee-high to a Noken. But Sindri'd never have it. Said I was too uncouth. But today's finally the day. Whoa! I got goosebumps on my bunions.
Why, bro, I've never seen you so reverent. Are you nervous?
What? Shut up. No, fuck